Welcome back to Veteran Game, where we go deep even if it gets uncomfortable. Today we're unpacking Karma, The Dark World, a psychological horror game that wants to be your worst dream and your deepest thought, all at once. So what's the deal with this one? Set in a nightmarish version of East Germany in the 1980s, Karma thrusts you into a brutalist dystopia where people are stripped of rights, pleasure, and identity. You play as Daniel McGovern, an agent of the Leviathan Corporation's Thought Bureau, basically a psychic detective with the power to dive into people's minds, whether they want it or not. The concept is instantly compelling. Orwell meets Lynch with a heavy dose of Cronenberg and even some Nolan-style time looping. And visually it nails the vibe. Let's talk aesthetics. Karma is absolutely drenched in style. Blood-red curtains, looping hallways, flickering TVs, mannequin crowds, walls of unblinking eyes. It's a fever dream pulled straight from a cinephile's subconscious. Whether you're wandering an office bathed in harsh halogen or exploring surreal mindscapes where nothing stays the same, the game looks incredible. It's a small game, but it's dripping with atmosphere. And the sound design, phenomenal. The soundtrack swells with eerie choirs, pounding drums, and haunting piano. It's Lynchian horror through and through. So what's the problem? Karma's biggest strength, its dreamlike mystery, is also its weakness. The game constantly references better-known works: Twin Peaks, 1984, Blade Runner, Inception. And it does so loudly. But unlike those, it struggles to carve out its own identity. The homage is so overt, it's sometimes hard to tell what Karma is trying to say for itself. Then there's the gameplay, or the lack of it. This isn't a survival horror or even a walking sim in the usual sense. It's more of an interactive visual novel with some puzzle solving, document reading, and occasional stealth or chase scenes. You'll find clues, solve basic environmental puzzles, and dive into suspects' memories using a mind machine that's as terrifying as it is unethical. And yet, despite its promise, the gameplay is sluggish. Literally, your character moves at a crawl. Repetitive tasks meant to reflect dystopian monotony start to feel like real-world tedium. Stamping forms, setting tables, it's metaphorical, sure, but also just boring. There are some brilliantly crafted segments. Mental dives where reality warps and reforms. A love story told through light orbs floating through a maze. But just when the game starts to build momentum, it loses it again. The ending? It tries to go big, and collapses under its own weight. Karma's final act is a whirlwind of new concepts, sudden revelations, and rushed conclusions. Characters dump lore. Plot points erupt with no build-up. You're left trying to stitch meaning together through half-understood metaphors and awkward phrasing. It's ambitious but not coherent. And to top it off, the game is still buggy. Text flickers, interactions fail, and subtitle languages reset mid-game. It's playable, sure, but frustrating. So, who is Karma for? If you love narrative experiments, cerebral horror, and cinematic weirdness, this is absolutely worth experiencing, flaws and all. It's more of a feel-it game than a play-it game. And while it doesn't reach the heights of the media it references, it still has powerful moments. But if you're looking for gameplay scares or clarity, you might want to pass. Here at Veteran Game, we respect ambition. And Karma, The Dark World, is nothing if not ambitious. It just needs a tighter script, a stronger voice, and more faith in its own originality. If you're new here, hit subscribe. We dive deep and sometimes into the void. And tell us, what's the most mind-bending game you've ever played? Sound off in the comments. See you in the Thought Bureau, Agent.